Hello Daily Drafters, and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. We are once again drafting Bloomburrow, and we are going to dive right into pack one, pick one here. I was trying to figure out which of these cards, as I was looking at it, which one I want to take here. We've got a close pick. I don't think I like Dream Duo and Transfer enough to take it first overall, and Frogs isn't my favorite deck of the format. Flowerfoot Swordmaster is quite good. I've had a lot of success with Mice so far as well. Agate Assault is a fine enough removal spell. Fireglass Mentor good in Lizards as well. I just don't think I need to take a gold card this early. Bark Knuckle Boxer, fine in green. Green I think is the best color by quite a bit here. Green-black and especially green-white are the best decks in the format. Green-white being so far above the rest that it's kind of oppressive already to me in this part of the format. So hopefully we don't have to play against too much green-white from here, as all of the cards here are green and white. What do we got? Valley Might Caller. Here comes the train. There's a lot of good stuff here. Got Brambleguard Veteran, a 3-mana 3/4. Whenever you expend 4 raccoons, get +1/+1 in Vigilance. You've got Hop to It for the Rabbits deck. You've got Valley Might Caller. So it's a 1-mana 1/1 trample. And then whenever another one of the green creature types enter, it gets a counter. Is that better than just taking a hop to it and going super wide? It probably is. I mean, we could still like end up in squirrels with this or something. I'm not married to the Swordmaster as the first pick. It's a good card. I just don't think it's necessarily... It's not like a bomb or anything at all. So I could move off of it if white ends up not being open, but getting into green is always a decent spot to be. Here's a Nocturnal Hunger. That's a great removal spell in black. We've got a Pond Prophet for the Valley Might Caller life. I've tried blue-green on the channel once, and it has been far enough in the past that I can spoil to you that it did not go well, even remotely. But we didn't have any of the Pond Prophets in that deck at all. Now there's also Head of the Homestead, which works with Valley Might Caller as well, because this gets 3 counters from Head of the Homestead. Flowerfoot Swordmaster wants to work with Mice, which is much more of almost like a red-white gold card here. It's not going to be at its best in green-white, but Head of the Homestead is a nice little card for green-white. If we can find ourselves into green-white with a pick 4 Intrepid Rabbit, don't mind if I do. Yeah, I'll continue to take this card very, very highly. Every time my opponent casts it, I don't like it. And every time I cast it, good things happen. So I will take it here. There's a Root Weaver, a Rabbit response, but this is a pretty easy Intrepid Rabbit for me. Another Head of the Homestead. I don't know how many of these I would play, but 2 seems fine. Rabbit response. There are enough of these that I think I might be able to even wheel one. It won't be out of this pack, because I think the Fountain Port Bell comes in last. What is this? So return, so you animate a creature, then if the gift was promised, you make a copy of it. That's also a 1/1. That's actually pretty good. But our deck is better. So we'll take this here. And now we get to fight. So I guess we take the Bruiser. I mean, I just don't think any of these black cards are going to make me want to dip into black. And Dawn's Truce is not good in limited. I mean, it's like a 2-mana give a creature hexproof, basically, which is like just not as good. When they printed Snakeskin Veil, which gives it hexproof, indestructible, and a +1/+1 counter or something. But I'll just take the green card here. All right, did wheel a 3/3. There's also a 7th pick Nocturnal Hunger. You know, if black is this open, maybe it's worth kind of pivoting into black a little bit. I just don't think I'm going to miss a Thistledown players all that much. Let's take the Nocturnal Hunger and see what happens here. Alright, well this whole pack is just horrible. I hope to not really play any of these cards. Psychic Whirl is fine, really only in rats. The Duo, no thank you. Pathmaker. Harvester, no thank you. Sharepot makes a food. It doesn't really matter what I take here. And we did wheel a Thistledown players as well as a combat trick in Crumb and Get It. I might actually want the combat trick. Some of our white cards might have Valiant. And I think the Crumb and Get It is a pretty darn good combat trick. I'm not going to miss a random 3-drop too much, except for the fact that now I wish I would have taken the 3-drop, because I don't know if I'll play 2 of these. Yeah, let's take another Crumb and Get It here. Looks like we might end up in white for the at least 3rd or 4th time here. I'll just keep passing the blue cards. I don't think I'm going to play blue today, so I'll let my neighbors have all of those. What am I hoping to be? I'm hoping to still be rabbits here. I mean, it doesn't look particularly open. We do get 2 Head of the Homesteads and an Intrepid Rabbit and a Valley Mite Caller. Ooh, and a last pick rabbit response. Not too bad. And a glitch. Alright, what do we have here now? 2 mana, flash, ETBs draw a card. Get +1/+0 and flying. There's also just a Galewind Moose, which is a generically very good green card, but I don't know how well it goes in rabbits. Treeguard Duo is probably pretty good for this deck. Nettleguard, not horrible. This is tough. I think Treeguard Duo is the best card for our deck. I think Galewind Moose is the best card in the pack. Except the Beastbinder, but I'm not playing blue. So, do I take what I think might be the best card for the deck? Or just a very expensive 6-drop? I'm going to take the 6-drop. Could be wrong, but that's what I'm going to do here. This is a very nice 2-drop, though. 2 mana, 2/2, first strike, lifelink. Very good with double Crumb and Get It. Druid of the Spade on the wheel would be great. Even a Bravekin Duo wouldn't be horrible. But those are the only 2 cards I would play on the wheel here. Is there a world where we're not green-white? I guess we could be black-white. But I don't think so. Especially not here. I think we'll just take the Banishing Light. Wear Down is too situational. Brambleguard Captain, no thanks. Waxwane Witness for the black-white deck, but probably not. Don't need a 3rd one of these, and the Cultivator, meh. I'll go ahead and take the removal spell in the Banishing Light here. And what am I looking for? Well, certainly more 2s. Our deck is almost looking to be a little bit more mid-range question mark right now. It's not super clear what we're trying to do. Like, these are all just big fat creatures. That's probably in the sideboard. And we don't have a lot of 2s and 3s or 1s. So we're going to have to try to fill those slots in as well. Let's see if we can do that here. Pick 4. The rabbit response is good. We did pass a hop to it, and it did not wheel. But everyone knows, at least I think, at this point in the format, everyone knows green-white's the best, so people are going to fight over it quite a bit, I would think, as there is only one green or white card in this entire pack in Bravekin Duo. Again, is there a world where we can switch into something else? What about Castrol? Wow. That could work. So whenever a bird you control deals combat damage to a player, put a bird from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield with a finality counter. Put a counter on each bird or draw a card. Well, I don't think I'm going to miss a Bravekin Duo. And you know what? If blue-white ends up being super open and I can get a few birds, maybe Castrel's good. I mean, look, now there's a Kingfisher. Or a Nightfisher, sorry. Whereas the only green or white card is really High Stride or a third Crumb and Get It. Yeah, I'll just take the Nightfisher here. So whenever another non-token bird you control enters, you get a 1/1. Sure. So we have just barely enough picks to make this work. Now there's no blue cards in the back. Another Nocturnal Hunger. I don't think we're playing black today, but we could take another bird here. And really hope that Castrel gets there for us. Little expensive so far. We passed a couple of Fountain, whatever, flyer, 3-mana 2/2 flyers earlier. I think we can still make a bird deck work here. Alright, Banishing Light. No blue cards. I think blue's going to be wide open in pack 3, though. So I'm glad we got the Banishing Light here. Here's a Shore Up. There's no green, white cards at all. I guess Lizards is the place to have been in this draft. But Shore Up is playable. There we go. Finch Formation. 3-mana 2/2. ETB's target creature control gains flying until end of turn. We've also got Feather of Flight. I don't think we want that, though. Nettle Guard could be fine, but I'll take the bird here. And I think we're in birds now. I mean, kind of got cut out of green a little bit. Rabbits clearly is not open. Yeah, it's a bat, but this is a bird counter spell. Sure. And I think we're just blue-white. Kind of took a roundabout way to get there, but here we are. Yeah, Mind Spiral as card draw isn't too bad. And a third Crumb and Get It. All right, what can we get in pack 3? Well, we got another Intrepid Rabbit, and I will probably just be taking that. This is an Essence Channeler as well. Cares about you gaining life, which we don't really have a way to do yet. But we hope to wheel this Finch Formation here. I would love to get that pick 9, but we will take the Intrepid Rabbit here. All right, now there's another bird counterspell. Bravekin Duo. Don't think it's going to be great in this birds deck. Long River Lurker. 3-mana 2/3. It's got Ward 1. Gives frogs you control Ward 1, of which we currently have literal 0. Makes something unblockable, and you can blink it. I think I'm just going to take the Dazzling Denial. Dire Downdraft is close too, but I already have 2 Banishing Light, so I don't feel like I need that. This can kind of fill the 2-drop slot for us a little bit. Now I see a Jackdaw Savior. 3-mana, 3/1 flyer. Whenever it or another creature you control with flying dies, return another target creature with lesser mana value from the graveyard to the battlefield. Perfect. Mind Spiral, Thought Shucker, Head of the Homestead. We're probably not wheeling anything we're going to play here, but we will take the Jackdaw Savior for sure. Well, some good cards. Feed the Cycle, Good Black Removal Spell, another Burrow Guard Mentor. I guess I'll take the Sonar Strike. Do I have any bats? I do not. I don't need a 4th one of these. I don't have any otters either. So this is just divination. And I don't think the Starforged Sword is going to be great in our deck either. So I'll take the Sonar Strike, I guess. Well, it's not a bird, but it does fly. But again, we're not gaining life, like, in any way. Well, Brightblade Stoke, kind of. I don't think Runaway Together is going to be great either, but I don't think I'm playing the bat. I don't think I'm playing the duos either. It's not really working out how I thought it would, this pack. And then all the blue cards are here. I think I'm just going to take the 2-mana 2/1 that loots. Kind of fills out the curve a little bit. Take another counter spell here. I mean, we're just going to be countering everything. Did wheel the Finch formation, pick 9, so that is great. And we actually have to make a couple cuts here. Ooh, Dire Downdraft wheeled 2. Let's go. All right, how many birds did we end up with? 6? Not a lot. Mind Spiral number 2. Can I afford to run 2 of those? Probably not. Look how many 5s I have. That's too many 5s. Yeah, I'm going to have to run a couple of cards I don't really want to run, but I don't think the deck is super great, unfortunately. But that happens sometimes. So I'm going to go ahead and build it, and I'll see you after deck building. Okay, so after deck building, this is where this mediocre deck ended up. So I moved in for Castrol, followed by a Night Fisher. Thought it was open, and really didn't get that much more past that. We have 2 Intrepid Rabbits, but like our curve is not very good. I'm playing a Star Charter, and the only way I have to gain life is Brightblade, Stoat, and a Sonar Strike if I have that out. I've got some removal. Like, we've got 3 counter spells, 2 Banishing Lights, a Dire Downdraft, card draw. We're just going to have to hope that, you know, our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flying creatures can get the job done in the air. And that our removal can take care of their biggest creatures. Runaway Together works with Bellowing Crier a little bit. Finch Formation maybe a little bit. Rabbit maybe a little bit. I mean, double combat trick for an 11 creature deck doesn't feel great. Yeah, I'm not thrilled about this, but I haven't played Birds yet. I don't think Birds is one of the better archetypes in the format, but we're about to find out together. But before we get into game number 1, don't forget about the sponsor of today's video and of the channel, W Energy, which is a 0 sugar, 0 calorie powder-based energy drink that you can go ahead and head over to w.gg and use code DAILYDRAFT for 10% off your entire purchase, which does in turn support the growth and the finances of the channel. So thanks for your consideration on that, and I will see you all in game number 1. All right, we're up first with Stoat on 2. Formation on 3 gives it flying. Rabbit on 4 and some card draw on 5. Let's do it. Look, what a surprise. It's green-white. It is getting old. What is this already? This is draft number 7 on the channel. Still relatively early in the format for me, and I'm tired of playing against green-white. It's just boring and annoying. I think they were leaving up a combat trick here. Okay, that thing's got reach, but that's fine. So let's do the rabbit with offspring, and let's give it to the stoat to gain a bunch of life. Okay, so they'll kill our rabbit, or put a counter probably on the lookout, now that I think about it. Which is pretty annoying. I mean, I can't attack through it, so if I draw a land... I guess I give them a fish to stun the Wolverine. Do I really care about that, though? I mean, it opens up an attack for the rabbit here. Yeah, let's give him a fish. Target player draws 3 cards. Tap and stun that. And then rabbit gets to attack here. The Dazzling Denial is starting to look worse and worse. We do have a bird, so it's countered unless they pay 4. I think he's got a combat trick. Potentially Crumb and Get It here. So I can counter that. Or I can, like, Banishing Light, like, the Lookout, and then run away together whatever creature they use the combat trick on. The Dire Downdraft could also get rid of the Wolverine, maybe? Let's see here. See if the combat trick does in fact come into play, and if it does, I can counter it. Oh, is it hexproof? +3/+3, trample, hexproof, indestructible. How much do I care about that? I could also bounce it to their hand here. And then also bounce the rabbit, but that doesn't seem great. Let's just counter this while we can. Oh, they still have another one. Okay, so they do still have Crumb and Get It here, I think. Would I want to trade Finch Formation for Crumb and Get It? I'll let them trade whichever one they want to for it. They don't have great blocks. If they want to do the Lookout on the Finch Formation and use the Crumb and Get It, then it's not the end of the world. They're probably going to use it on one of these here and kill this. No? Okay. No effects. I see. +1/+0, and then if they have another rabbit, they get to draw a card. I guess let's see if they want to use a combat trick. And if they do, I can just bounce both creatures here. And I still get value off of this because I can jump that into the air next turn. Okay, so they do have the Crumb and Get It. Dire Downdraft would cost 4 on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I could still play Jackdaw Savior. Or I can run away together and bounce both creatures. I don't think they're going to want to draw this again. So let's go ahead and... They should have blocked before. Yeah, I didn't think they would. Should have blocked before casting that there, but it's fine by me. And now we've got lethal next turn. Unfortunately, both of these can't return anything from the yard. Alright, we got there with birds. Let's go, and let's see if we can keep going. Alright, we're at first again. We got a 2-3 curve. And we're going to go ahead and do that. And it's actually a nice curve, because if they choose to kill the stoat, the Jackdaw Savior could get it back if that were to die. They got a 1-drop. That's not great. This thing is horrible on turn 8 and near unbeatable on turn 1. So, sure. Well, let's offer the trade, I guess. Alright, they say no. They think they can race us here, and honestly, I think they're probably right. An island wouldn't be horrible. That way I can hold up Runaway Together and Dazzling Denial. I think something's dying now anyway, and it is. Alright, guess we hold up the Combat Trick and the Dazzling Denial. Counter unless they pay 2. I do not have a bird. Sure. Can't do anything about that. Yeah, pass damage, I guess. Alright, there's the other blue. This is doing some good work with lifelink here. I have to dodge this turn. If I can dodge this turn and keep up a counterspell next turn, I think we're not doing too bad. But if they've got removal and can also hit me for like 8 or 9 damage, that would be a problem. Oh, they thought that that would expend. So expend only counts as if you sacrifice, or if you spend your 4th total mana to cast spells, which they in fact did not do. They thought that 2 plus the 2 of the food, I think, because they kept looking at it. So that's how expend works. Alright, they can in fact hit me for 10. Okay, what do I do now? I'm gonna have to run away together, for sure. And I guess Crumb and Get It, block with this thing, and then give it Crumb and Get It. So pass turn, I'm at 6. Put a stop on their own upkeep, I guess. That's a rare. Beginning of your first main, add red or green for each raccoon. Whenever you expend 4, you gain 3. When you expend 8, exile the top 2 until the next turn you can play those. Yeah, I don't think you can have that. That is a good card. Alright, let's block here and here. Leave that +2/+2. Go back to 5. And then I'm going to have to reset the counter on this. Well, actually, no, I won't. I can replay the piloted provisioner, actually. So let's get in with both here. Bounce this one and that one. And then replay it. And then we get another counter here. That's not actually too bad. That's one of the better uses of Runaway Together. Perfect. Okay, we go up to 12. They go down to 3, and they are dead to a Provisioner next turn. Good top deck. That means they have to have an answer to this now, too. Do they have 2 removal spells? More lands. No, they just left themselves dead. Alright, we'll take it. Very close there with 2 lands at the end, but we'll take it. Alright, we do get to go first again. Got a removal spell. The Finch formation is not great. Oh, come on. Don't have a 1-drop. Alright. Yeah, I'll get rid of the planes, I guess. Perfect. Got another one. That's usually pretty important to the Bats deck, so I'm just going to say no to that. And then the question is, I guess now that I drew that, I don't have to play Finch formation, but I can get a 2/2 flyer out there. I mean, I don't really have anything else to do. I could hold up mana, but who knows? See what they got. Hopefully they don't resolve something too crazy. Okay, good. It worked out. They didn't have anything. And now we have 2 counter spells up. So they don't get to resolve anything. Nah, I'm good. My turn. Ooh, close. But no. I can exile Sonar Strike, but they get to draw another card. How important is keeping Dazzling Denial in hand? Probably pretty important. So I'm just going to let that resolve here. Alright, well, I'm going to leave myself open, which is not a great thing to do. But I need some cards in hand. So let's get them in. And let's see what happens. Okay, at least we have the Banishing Light for that. So I would love to play Castrol and also have Counterspell backup for it. So the reason I'm not playing Castrol this turn is because of that. But the question is, if I play Banishing Light and I hold up Dazzling Denial, I'm probably just going to counter whatever they play here. But if I play Castrol, they're going to kill it. They haven't used any removal yet. So let's get rid of this thing. And then if I feel like I need to kill something or not let something resolve, I can counter it here. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. So we'll play the Castrol. We can't attack this turn, but we've got Counterspell backup as long as their removal doesn't cost 3 or less. Alright, it costs 3 or less. Perfect. Okay, so now I probably lose. So I can't get through that stupid thing. They missed a land drop the previous turn. So the only thing that could have ruined me there is a 2-mana removal spell, which I think there are only one in the format that can hit that, and it was that one. Or a land plus a 3-mana removal spell, so. Good for you. Alright, there's another one. What can we do from here? Probably not a whole lot. Oh, I don't think I can beat that card. So whenever you attack at all, you get crazy things and multiple triggers of it. Yeah, unfortunately don't think I can win now. That was a brutal turn of events there, Castrol dying. I mean, if I had played it the previous turn, I couldn't have attacked. It would have died anyway. So... yeah, now we're just going to lose to a busted rare here. Alright. A GG. Well, we've been pretty good with the luck of going first, but unfortunately this time we have to play a top 160 player in the world here, which I think is going to be a little bit tough. So, do I lead on Finch Formation or Jackdaw Savior here? I mean, the Jackdaw hasn't really done anything. It's just going to have to be an attacker right now. See if it survives. That is another rare. Does it have reach? It does not. So whenever you expend, at the beginning of your first main, add red or green. Whenever you expend 4, you gain 3 life. Do I die or downdraft that now? And then I can counter it on the when it comes back? I think I will. No, wait. No. So I will let them draw. And then I will do this. They don't get the extra mana. And if they don't play a flyer and I draw a land, oh, they... So they chose not to keep it on top because they had another one. Another one of the rare. Oh, man. Some people's luck sometimes, am I right? I literally put it's a legendary rare too, so they had 2 in their hand. Sure. Alright, Flyers. Lead me to victory. Down goes Jackdaw. Oh, and my rabbit. Perfect. And I do not have any birds currently. Let's get one down so I can hold up Dazzling Denial here. And then next turn I can play Castrol with a bird on the battlefield, which would be pretty good. Never mind, it dies anyway. Ay, 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 what does this do? Is that another rare? Of course it is. 4 mana, 5/4. Enters, deals damage, non-base, doesn't do anything. Players can't gain life, doesn't do anything. I mean, I don't really want you to have that still, so I'm just going to say no. Alright. Alright, we'll push the damage. We'll see if Castrol does in fact get to survive this time. Got 2 removal spells out of their hand. Do they have another? That's not removal, but it's a good card. Alright, now we've got protection. Let's go. Alright, what do we want to do? Do we want an extra flyer? Or do we want a card? I think we want an extra flyer here. So let's do this and get the flyer onto the battlefield. And then end the turn. So this can get double strike here. Sure. I do have combat tricks here. So if they use the share pot to destroy something. Agate Assault. Which way do I want to do this? I mean, it's not lethal. They're technically at 11 because of the food. I could give them another food with Crumb and Get It. Which one? +1/+1 hexproof? Or I can give it indestructible and then it could even block that thing if I wanted it to, but they have to get another food for that. Let's give it indestructible. Now they can't block, or they can't attack. Alright, I think that should do it now. Alright, we did manage to get through a double Moira Trash Technician deck after I bottomed one and they played another one. We start on the draw this time. Can I never get lucky and go first? That's a joke. I went first the first 4 times. I'm fine. I'm fine. We got a nice hand here too. We've got Stoat, Formation, Rabbit. The Dazzling Denials have been interesting. Because I never know when to actually play them. Yeah, that, my friends, is a problem. That card is incredible. And if I can't find a way to remove it, then we got a problem. Let's play this, I guess. That is kind of a way to remove it here. I guess I'll just get rid of this bird. I don't know. That's a 3/4. Life is tough. And they scry 1. I'm glad I got rid of the bird, as it is just a 2/2. And that is a 2/3, even if this were to die. Alright, let's pass it back. That's also tough to deal with as a flyer that I don't have an answer to right now, so I guess I'll take 5 here now. Play Bright Blade Stoat next turn, and then also use Sonar Strike, I guess. Question is, do I attack? I could threaten a double block here, and then they could try to like use a trick, and then I can kill it in response. I just don't know if they're going to attack. Maybe I should have attacked to make them think the coast is clear. Man, more flyers. It's tough. More top. Alright, well, yeah, I guess the quest caller's staying. I did effectively hold it back, which is not the greatest thing. Rabbit doesn't do much here. I mean, it does, but not really what I want to do. I guess I could just play the tempo play here and do this and this. I could play the rabbit and attack. I guess that's not horrible. I don't really need the 1/1 version of it right now. Okay, there it is again. Scry again. Top it again. I dare ya. They're thinking hard about it. Ah, another top. I think they've topped everything with the quest caller, so... Sure. Draw a card. Discard a card. Okay, in the turn, protect against discard here with keeping the land in hand. Can't block that. It's also got vigilance, so that's pretty annoying. Sure. Where are the vanishing lights when you need them? This card is insane. The issue is I'm going to die to this before I die to that, though. So... Can't block it. There's another one. So I got a 2-turn clock right now. I need to find basically double vanishing light off the top. Or like a flyer that can block it. Another top. How about another land? Are you interested in that? Okay, go to 4. I mean, I gotta try to do this here. and hope it works. Alright, we preserved ourselves another turn. They topped that card last turn, so it's got to be another creature here. There's a Banishing Light. I have to do it on the Waxwing Witness because I'm kind of dead if I don't. Don't have anything else here. What did they choose to top that they chose not to cast last turn? That's kind of strange. Is it too much to ask to draw Castrol? Because that can block this thing. It's a 4/5. Oh, they must have drawn, like, get a creature back from the graveyard? I mean, I have to let them do it. They're going to get back this and Waxwing Witness. I'll be at 5, and then I'll be dead next turn. That is what I expect to happen here. But I gotta let them do that, I guess. So look in your graveyard, get it back. Close enough. A Curious Forager in a black-white deck. How'd you cast that? Oh, off the 3-tree mascot, I guess? Okay, getting back the Quest Caller and replaying it. Yep, that's what I expected. Well, it kind of blocks it, in a way. Not a great way, but a way. Okay, that's another flyer. It's a lethal flyer. Perfect. Send this guy on in for his death mission. I have no choice, because if I don't send him in, I don't gain any life, and I'm dead to the flyer, so I send him in, he dies. I go to 4. I trade. And then he can come back next turn. Another flyer. I'm the flying deck. Where are all my flyers? Oh, now I have to chump that one. I can't even trade anymore. No, actually, I'm just dead, right? Yeah, they attack with everything and I just die. Do they do it? Your math is correct. Go ahead. They did, in fact, do it. 9 lands. Magic. Alright, we're up first again. The hand is pretty slow, but we do have a counterspell and at least a creature we can play. We've got like 4 turns to find a plains here. We've found plenty of lands so far this draft, so hopefully we can also find at least a plains. Island would be the worst draw in the deck. We found the plains. They did have a 1-drop though, which is not great. Alright, unfortunately that's not a bird, but let's go ahead and get a bird down here and start getting in the air. 2 turns away from playing Castrol and having an attack here. I could have just held up. Oh, are they gonna? Do they have the 2-mana exile a creature, give me a fish card? That is what they have. I'll take a fish that blocks your Bravekin duo. That's a rare. Alright, let's plan to block this thing, I guess. So other mice you control get +1/+1. Whenever it enters, you make an artifact with equip 2. Ay, ay, ay. Hope they don't equip it, I guess, is all I have to say. They equipped it. Vigilance, trample, haste. Let's go here. And attempt to eat your creature. It worked. I just don't think I can deal with this stupid thing. That's kind of a way to deal with it. Yeah, I guess I just dire downdraft that. That is a good card. +1/+1 vigilance, trample, haste, all on a 3/3 body for 3. Yeah, that's good. Intrepid Rabbit. I guess I take 4 now and counter this. Okay, so they still have Crumb and Get It as well, is what it looks like. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Doesn't really do what I want here. Problem is, if I dire downdraft this thing, they get to replay it and get another one of these. Although it is legendary, so that's not the end of the world. I'm sure they'll put it on top. And unfortunately, it will get haste because of this equipment when they redraw it. Do they have hexproof? No, it is on top. There's a creature. We know one of their last cards is +2/+2 here. And we unfortunately cannot for the life of us draw our 5th land. I don't think they care about the mana. Oh, it's got First Strike. That could be a problem. So what's going to happen here? I play Banishing Light. They play this, equip it, attack for 4. I go to 5. Next turn I would be dead on board if I didn't do anything else. I play Intrepid Rabbit, they blow me out with Crumb and Get It. I play the Bat Cleric, it doesn't do anything because that card was like the 23rd card in our deck. So I guess we go to 5 next turn, and then we just have to like quadruple block. Wait, what if I got rid of... No, I can't get rid of that thing because they play it and they get another one. So let's just get their creature here. I'm not gonna block, so yeah, and they lost priority as soon as they lost their creature, so it 100% is Crumb and Get It. And that is their last card. So we go to 5. Can we get another removal spell here, please? Particularly a Banishing Light. It doesn't really do it, considering they have +2/+2 and Indestructible. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 toughness. They're going to make that 6 power attack, kill all of our creatures. It won't die. I think that's our only way to survive here. And if they draw another creature, I thought this was the uncommon land, but it isn't. So we just have to quadruple or triple block, lose everything on our board. They keep their creature here because of the Crumb and Get It, and hope they just kind of brick on another spell this turn, I guess. And then next turn we can Sonar Strike that, but we won't have any creatures. Okay, use your Crumb and Get It here. We go to 2. No, 3. We go to 3. And hope they brick on their second draw there. There it is. And they did brick. All right, both of these cause us to lose. So, Sonar Strike or bust it is. Plus, this thing gives haste. So, like, we're just, like, totally dead here. In multiple different ways. Yep, we just could not draw our 5th land to save our entire life there. And we had a 4/5 that would have blocked them the whole time. Gosh, I hate Magic sometimes. I really do. And then you go back and you love it sometimes. It's just, some of the ways that you lose are just like completely out of your control. Go 3-3 with the deck today. The deck was not good. I mean, it really wasn't. But we knew that going in. So maybe 3-3 is a good result with this thing. Never saw the Night Fisher. Every time we play this, it died. Yeah. We have, like, basically no 2-drops. A couple of 3s. The deck is just not very good. We only have 11 creatures as well. So, it was a rough one today, but we'll take the 3-3 and move on to the next one. So thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time for your daily draft.